Good morning, yogis. So let's begin standing. Today we're going to focus on bringing more energy into our body, balancing our energy, especially the side waists. So we're going to work on lateral stretching with the idea of expanding our breath, creating more length in the body, more space in the body, and then doing some strengthening for the spine, which will help us in all of our movements, and especially our balance. So starting standing, you can connect your feet to the earth, big toe mounds, pinky toe mounds, inner outer heel, lift your toes, spread them wide, lower them down. You can close your eyes for a moment and land here, connecting with your breath. Noticing how you're feeling today. Noticing your energy. How you're feeling in your body. And then particularly your breath. See if you can allow it to be fuller and deeper. Maybe slow it down. Expand the breath by filling the belly, the middle lungs, the upper lungs. So our three-part yoga breath. We're going to do something different today. We're going to add on to that breath within our movement, and to really enhance this idea of maybe making it like sort of an elevator breath. That you're inhaling, filling up, and then exhaling and emptying out. And so let's add our arms by interlacing your hands in Yoga Mudra. Turn your palms away from the body, extend your arms, reaching out and up overhead, trying to keep your shoulders relaxed, even if you need to bend your elbows a little bit. Breathe in here, and then exhale, turn your hands right side out with palms facing down as you bend your elbows and press your arms straight down. Exhaling completely. And then continue that movement. Inhaling, and maybe let the inhale extend past the movement of your arms. And then exhale, same thing. Maybe let the exhale extend past the movement of your arms. Emptying out fully, even drawing the navel to the spine, so you're really empty. Hopefully you haven't had breakfast yet. So you're to breathe nice and full. Empty out completely. A few more rounds of this. One more round at your own pace. So it doesn't matter if we're not in sync. Just let it feel good. Just fill up, nourishing your body. And then exhale, empty out, let go of anything that's not serving. And then pause here for a moment, release your hands. Return to a natural breath, or stay with your deer breath. And notice how that felt. You feel a little elongation in the spine already. All right, so now let's take our hands into Supine mudra. So this mudra, where we interlace all the fingers except for the pointers, is nice, and it sort of embodies letting go, like letting it flow and letting it go. So letting go of anything that's not serving, letting go of any holding in the body, any tight places. So with this mudra, let's extend our arms and overhead. Again, bending the elbows if that's easier in the shoulders, or you can extend your arms. But keep the shoulder blades descended down the back, shoulder blades move down the spine. So there's space for your neck. Tone your belly here to support the spine as we flow side to side. And move with your breath. Going back and forth. So the next time we fold to the right, let's stay here. Pause here. Really ground through that right side. Lengthen on that left side. Maybe even spin your heart more towards the sky so that you're not folding forward. noticing this compression on the right side, extra length on the left. See if you can even breathe into the left lung, the left rib cage, your intercostal muscles. Get space there. One more breath. And then rise back up, but release your hands. Take Supine Mudra in the opposite interlace, with opposite thumb and pinky on the outside. Again, extend the arms, tone the belly, and flow. Only go as far as feels comfortable for you today. Honoring where you are. And then fold to the left and hold here. Get extra grounding on that left side so that we can lengthen on the right side. Spin your heart. Maybe letting the ear drop or keeping some integrity in the neck. We'll talk about that in a moment. So the neck is supported as we do the side bend. One more breath. And then inhale and reach up. Release your arms wide to the side. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Feel them glide down the spine. And pause here and notice how that felt. Oh, maybe it helped to uplift the energy. It is kind of uplifting, balancing. Maybe you feel that your breath is deeper now. I don't know, notice how you feel right now. Now we'll do a few half sun salutations that we'll use to take down onto the mat into tabletop. So if you want to have a blanket for your knees or any kind of cushion for your knees or your blocks handy, you can gather those now. And we'll start. I'll continue facing forward, but then we'll turn sideways. I'll turn sideways. A few half sun salutations. So with our grounded feet, toned belly, arms wide to the side. Take a big sun breath. Reaching out and up. If you like, you can even extend by lifting your heart. Exhale, hands through prayer or swan dive, up to you, as you hinge from your hips and forward fold. And we'll go sideways. Go into your fold. Your hands could come onto the shins or your thighs, your shins, the blocks, or the earth, up to you. Go into your fold. Even softening the knees if you need to. Letting the belly descend. Inhale, rise up halfway. Lengthen. So getting space from your hips to your crown of your head. And then exhale, go back into that fold again. Now up to you, bent or straight legs to come up. Use your strong legs to rise up, arms wide to the side, overhead to prayer again, and then hold prayer to your heart. 2 more times, the third time we'll take it down into our tabletop. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, rooting to rise. And exhale. One breath cycle. Before we go again, last inhale. Or last movement here. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now this time we're going to soften our knees and come down into a tabletop. Just using it as transition. And take a moment here to get set up. Propping underneath the knees if you need to. Your toes can be curled under or on the tops of the feet. I'm going to encourage the tops of the feet. So we're going to do a core awakening exercise in a moment. And then make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders and that your wrist creases face forward, kind of the outer edge of the hand lines up the outer edge of the shoulder. So see if you can get set up like that. You may even want to do a little spinal flexion and extension to find a neutral place. Tone the belly, draw the rib cage in. Get a sense that you're trying to draw the crown of the head away from the hips. Really feel that integrity. Plus, press the hands, the tops of your feet down if you can, or your curled toes, and then lift the knees. And feel it takes a lot of core strength to be here. And breathe. And be happy. We're happy. Awakening the core. One more breath. Nice job. And lower the knees down. Ooh. Notice notice how that felt. Okay, now we're awake. So let's do a few cat-cow stretches here. Again, remember to get a sense that you're trying to create space in the spine, that you're trying to draw the head from the hips. I don't know, that's hard to imagine, but see if you can get that sense. And then pay attention to the neck and all of this. You know, don't let the head just drop. Really imagine you're trying to create length in your cervical spine, that there's some real integrity to the muscles of the neck. And then inhale as you lift your sits bones, drop your belly, lift the crown of the head. Exhale, tuck the tailbone around the spine. Drop it. And go back and forth like that a few times. One more. And next time that you're in your cat back, really round the spine, press the earth with your hands underneath, draw the navel to the spine, and then you can shake your head yes or no, get a movement in the neck. And then back to neutral. Good job. All right, now we're going to go into gate pose, Parigasana, where you extend your right leg out to the side. Now we're going to do a lot of movements here. This is a great way to do our lateral stretches and some shape that we don't usually take. So the left knee is still underneath the hip. The right foot is grounded if you can. Like the sole of the foot is down. The outside edge of the foot is grounded. So kind of get that set up. And see if you can really activate your inner outer thigh. It may even take a little palpation or something. So just to awaken those muscles. So sometimes we just don't think to engage. We go into the support of our bones rather than the muscular engagement. So you kind of really awaken the legs, so that's really nice and toned here. And before we rise up, which we will in just a moment, let's do one more round of cat-cow from here. And if you like, you can even deepen. And by that I mean, here we're going to turn sideways. We could come forward as we go into the extension. And then we can go backward as we go into our flexion. And you can go as far as you want, and just notice a little bit of movement in the hip, which might feel nice, as we still mobilize the spine, as we activate and ground the right foot, with a nice stretch in the ankle. The adductor and abductor muscles are kind of engaging and growing and stretching. So just notice what's happening here for you. Good. So one more round like that. And then we're going to back up to neutral. Then we're going to rise up. So if you want, you can just come onto your blocks or just rise up. Here we are. Activate that leg again, reset anything that you need to. And then take a big inhale, arms wide to the side and overhead. Notice how this feels in your shoulders. If you need to create space or if you have to not extend the arms today, that's okay. Right. And then we'll lower the right hand onto the right thigh here. Left arm gets long, and we fold over to the right. And then rise up, and fold over to the right. Nice. And one more time. Rising up, creating even more length on that left side to take it over to the right. And then rise up. We're not done. I know, this is fun, right? So don't worry, we're not done because we're going to add on. So now extend the right arm. Arms are parallel, tone the belly, activate your arms, and fold to the right. Good. And inhale to rise. And exhale and fold to the right. Ooh, this is nice. Oh, feeling good. And fold to the right. Last one. Good. Nice job. All right, one more variation. So keep your core engaged, arms active. Inhale here. Exhale, fold to the right. Then turn your torso over that right leg. Then de-rotate your torso. And then come up. Oof, a lot. Two more like that. Inhaling, exhaling, fold. Make that exhale long as you turn. You're kind of pausing here. Then you're de-rotating and then rising up on that inhale. Or finishing the exhale. Last one. Inhale here. And start your slow exhale. So really go slow with the breath, regulating the breath. Turning, a lot of core work here. De-rotating, and then rising up, floating your arms down. Whew, good job. All right, now we're gonna go into our side plank. So you could bring your left hand onto the earth or a block. So right here to the side body, right? So often I see when people do this, we put our hands forward, you know, it's maybe easier, we're used to just folding forward, and then your butt kind of goes out. Make sure your hand comes to the side so that your whole body is on one plane. Even if you're on tented fingers on a block, just keep your body on one plane. The only thing that breaks it is that left calf. Right? And then the right hand will be on the hip for a moment. You can press your hips forward, still keep that right leg active, and then maybe extend your right arm to the sky. Maybe even extend it overhead in line with your ear. And for a moment, you even can bow. That might feel really nice, just to deepen the side stretch on this side. Really beautiful. Now, let's stop that bowing action. Let's get a little bit more, have a little more integrity, a little more length. So straighten the arm, maybe lift the head, maybe notice the neck again, and really have some integrity in the muscles of your neck. Maybe lift your right leg. Breathing here. Actually, I want one more point I want to make. A lot of times too, when we're in these side bends, we tend to fold forward. We do a lot of forward folding in yoga, so there's that habitual movement maybe. So bring your right hand onto your left rib cage before we continue. And then spin that rib cage forward. Ah, there we go. Or your heart up to the sky, like I often say. Then resume the posture. Good. And now you can stay here with this leg floated and just engage the core and focus on extending from foot to fingertips. Or if you'd like to add a core movement, you could bend your elbow and your knee and have them meet out in front of you. And then extend. Inhale, and then exhale, and squeeze and crunch. And then extend. And crunch, and extend. And how about 4 more? And if you're just holding the posture, that's fine too. So whatever feels comfortable for you. Last one. And that's it. Good. And hold. Beautiful. And then lower your foot, lower your hands. Come back to the starting position. We've got one more thing. We want to do some rotation. So the foot is still grounded. Reset. Good. Inhale here, sending your right arm up to the sky, rotating your torso to the right. And then exhale, de-rotate, send your right hand behind the left, and rotate to the left. And then inhale and open. So do that a couple of times. Maybe let the arm drop back so you get space in the shoulder. And then exhale and twist. And last one, inhale and open. And exhale and twist. And this time we're going to hold it. So you can stay here, engaging the core. You can soften the left elbow, even extend your arm so that your right shoulder and ear could come onto the earth. Up to you. Find your twist. One more breath. And then slowly start to rise up. Nice. Then finally bring that right leg in, which might feel really nice about now. And then a couple of options before we go to the other side. So child's pose with your legs together. Puppy pose, where you keep your hips over your knees and melt your heart. Or, of course, our beloved dog pose. So whatever might feel like a nice break for you right now. We'll take a few grounding breaths here. So if you're in your child's, maybe see if you can let your hips descend, lengthen the back body, returning to yourself. If you're in your dog pose, maybe lift your hips, engage your belly. Shake your head yes or no. And then wherever you are, let's rise back up to our table. All right, so tabletop. Now, before we go into the second side, we've got that one little movement to help us awaken our core. We really need the core to be active in all of these lateral movements to support the movements and support our spine. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, tops of feet down if you can. Engage the muscles of the arms, the core, and press the feet down as you lift the knees. And breathe here. And watch the neck. So keep drawing the crown of the head away from the hips. Notice if you have a tendency to just drop your head. See if you can lift and really engage the muscles of your neck. Two more breaths. And then slowly lower down. And extend your left leg out to the side. Plant the sole of the foot down, so that might be a nice stretch for your feet. Notice how that feels. And then maybe palpate the leg a little bit to activate the leg. Hands are still under shoulders. And we can do a few more cat-cows. So inhaling, lifting, exhaling, and rounding. If you want, you could, of course, come a little forward. Like you're almost doing an upward facing dog. And then exhale, rounding, going into the, as you go back. You feel a little bit of mobility in the hips. Maybe feel an extra stretch in the body. Or somewhere else. Where are your feet? Breathe into that space, wherever that space is. And let there be even more space. More ease. And exhale, sitting back into your posture. And then let's rise back. We're going to do that whole sequence that we did before. So again, activating the leg, actually maybe even rising up onto your one knee, and then you can activate the leg a little bit more. Tolling the belly, lengthen through the sideways, keep a big sun breath, arms overhead. Inhale here, exhale, fold to the left. Inhale, rise, exhale, fold to the left. Inhale and exhale, good job. And then this next time, we will, actually, let's go backwards. I wanted to start with one arm, then add two arms. So how you can, let's go, we're gonna do this a little bit in a different order this time. So float that left arm down and then fold to the left. And then rise up again. You're probably like, jumped right ahead to that second movement where it took a lot more core strength. And fold again. Good. And now we'll add our arms back up. We'll do that same movement that we started with where we fold with both arms, but then we're going to hold it. We're going to twist and fold over the left leg, then de-rotate and rise back up. Inhale, exhale, fold, turn, de-rotate, then come up. So notice the core strength that this is required. So you feel the obliques, the sides of your abdominals really working. And one more. And then rise up. Nice job. And then float your arms down on your sides. Then let's bring our right hand onto the earth or a block, right under the shoulder. Maybe use your left hand to press your hips forward. Maybe take the same arm to bring it under your right rib and spin your right rib forward and up. Right, and then you can even just drag your hand over your rib cage and send that arm to the sky. Good. So we're nice and active. Maybe you're going to extend your arm in line with your ear
head. Again, pay attention to the neck. Do you drop your head down? We'll see if you can lift it up so that your head stays in line with the rest of your spine. And engage the muscles of your neck. Even get a sense that you're trying to create more space in the neck. Maybe lift your left leg. You may stay here, or maybe you'll get a challenge your core here by doing crunches. Bending your elbow and knee and having them meet in front of the body, and then extend. And then exhale and crunch. And then extend. And crunch. And extend. And crunch. And extend. How about 3 more? And really squeeze it in. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. And inhale. And exhale. And last time I lost count. Who was counting? Not me. 1 more breath. And then lower your hands down. Lower the foot down. Stay in your gate legs and walk your hands forward. We're going to add 1 more movement, which will be a rotation. So these are a more fancy way of doing our 7 movements of the spine. Inhale, send your arms up to the sky. Spinning your heart open. And then exhale, send that right hand behind, or left hand behind the right into the twist. And do it a few more times. And feel this movement in your thoracic spine. It's often very tight part of our spine. 1 more, inhale and open. And then exhale, maybe you're gonna hold. So you might stay high, you may go low. Just watch your head when you rest on the side of your head. You know, so maybe you want to have a block and have your head elevated or crouched, or maybe it causes strain in your neck. And so you're going to decide, I'm not going to rest my head. I'm just going to stay in this and try to use core strength to get as much rotation in my upper back as possible. So up to you. 1 more breath. Good. And then let's de-rotate. Rise back up to the table. This time we're going to bring our left foot to meet our left knee in to meet the right. We're going to send our hands forward, hips forward, and find yourself in a modified plank. You could stay here and go into a full plank if you like. Good. And wherever you are, feel you're using your core, just like we did before when we did that movement where we lifted the knees. Good. Breathe here. Just for a few breaths. Drawing the head away from the hips or the head away from the heels. And we're going to come onto our belly. So however you want to get onto your belly, get a sense that the elbows bend back, but your chest goes slightly forward, and you slowly go down. Slowly come onto the belly. Good. And keep your hands where they are, maybe in line with the chest, under the little bit behind the shoulders. Elbows hugging in. Uncurl the tops of the feet. Going that here. But uncurl the tops of the feet round. Inhale and lift your heart, rolling the shoulders down the back, rounding the feet in the belly, and then exhale, lower down. Inhale, peeling on, lengthening through the crown of the head. And exhale, lower down. And we're going to add on. We're going to inhale as we lift up, squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other. Your chin brought across your heart. Exhale, lower down. Keep your hands where they are. Rest on your chin or your lips. And then bend your knees. Try to bring your heels toward your buttocks and lift your thighs. And then lower the thighs, extend the legs, lift the upper body. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale now, lift the lower body. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the upper body. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the lower body. So just telling your legs to lift the thighs. Not easy, right? It's not a big movement. They might barely lift off here. That's okay. 1 more round. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Release your hands, palms down, ground the hands in the belly. This last one, let's lift upper and lower body. And you can bend the legs or not. Yeah, maybe, because we did that, let's try that. But just don't worry about how high you lift. Don't want to cause any strain in the lower back. Just lift as high so it's comfortable for you. And then exhale and lower down. Oh, you can turn your head to one cheek or ear. Giving your hips a wiggle. Nice variation of Chalavasana, locust pose, where we strengthen the muscles of the back body. And then turn your head in the other direction. Maybe windshield wipe your heels, your shins. And then bring that movement to stillness. Bend your elbows, bring your hands in line with your chest again. Press up through hands and knees. Curl your toes under. Option to sit back into your child's pose, your puppy pose, or rising up into dog pose. Take a few breath cycles here, wherever you ended up, wherever feels comfortable for you right now. And then yogis, let's walk our feet toward our hands and find Uttanasana. You can come up through a half lunge if you're in your child's pose, but however you get there into your forward fold, rise up halfway, exhale and fold again with bent or straight legs. Rise up with your strong legs, toned belly, arms overhead to prayer, and then prayer to your hearts. So how is everybody feeling now? Really feeling good? Maybe you notice a deepening of your breath. Maybe you feel a little bit more length in the body, more grounded energy. So whatever that is, hopefully you feel a little grounded energy as we move into our balance pose. We're just going to do a tree today. And there'll be an option to add a side bend, but only if you want. So let's see how that goes. We'll start balancing on our left leg by picking up the right leg. So if you'd like to have a prop, you might want to have a chair or a wall to your left side. Or you can just keep your hand on your hip. Round into that left foot. Put a big toe mound, pinky toe mound, heels. Spread the toes. And then soften your right knee and externally rotate it a few times just to see where we're at. Hopefully those gate warm-ups where we went back and forth in the flexion of our spine may have helped to warm up the hips a little bit. And then find that external rotation. Maybe let the heel rest over the ankle or the arch on the calf, or bring it all the way up to your thigh. Up to you. Press the standing leg and the foot together. Tone the belly. Lengthen your crown of head. And then you can keep your hand on the hip or wall. You keep one or both hands at your heart. And then you can even take Supine Mudra for that. You may even extend your arms to the sky if you want. So wherever you are, find soft gaze, soft drishti. Calm breath. Toned belly. Active legs. Feel that your outer hips are engaging. And then maybe, if you want, last option is to float the right hand onto the thigh and fold gently to the right. And wherever you ended up, slowly start to make your way out. Bring your hands back to your heart and your leg back to neutral. Then shake out that standing foot if there was any tension in that foot.
You might want to do some rotations of the ankle, whether you float the leg forward or back, even coming onto the top of the foot, kind of like when we did that core strengthener, pressing the top of the foot down. That's a nice counter pose for the ankle. And then when you're ready, you can even do that in preparation for the other side. Actually do that now. Get the right foot ready. Ground your right foot to the earth. Really feel a nice base. But then feel that you're lifting up out of the arch. You're engaging the muscles of your legs, your belly. And then you're softening your left leg so that you can find the extent of your rotation today. And then let your tree be where it wants to be. Where is your tree on this side? And it might be the same, it might be different. Then hands, do we need a prop for this side? Can we hold on to something, or are we good? Can we take our supine mudra with the opposite interlace? From that rooted right foot, can we lift and extend? Even if we don't extend our arms, we're just extending the body, torso, creating space for fuller breath. Fuller movement of energy, vital life force. Maybe we take that side bend, but we'll float the left hand down. Exhale, hold. Breathe into your right lung. And then slowly rising back up. Making your way out. And then again, if there's any tension in that ankle, we can just do a couple more rotations. It's good. It's good to do our ankle rotations in both directions, even pressing the top of the foot down. On the other side. Bonus ankle movement today. Really, really good to do anytime. We won't do enough strengthening and stretching out of our ankles. All right. So with that in mind, let's come back to Tadasana with nice grounded feet. With a nice long spine, toned belly, long neck, calm energy. Let's just do a short round of standing poses. We'll do our triangles and then do a prasarita before coming onto the mat. So I'm in the middle of the mat today, and from here you can step or hop out into a wide-legged stance. And let's start to the right by turning our right foot out, and the whole leg out for that matter, the thigh in particular, and so that you're grounding the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, inner outer heel, activating the calf, activating the quadriceps that support the knee. Ground into the back leg, too. Feel that hamstring fire up, the outside edge of the foot ground. And then inhale, lifting your arms overhead, reach and get long. Nice. And then exhale, let's lower the left hand down to the left hamstring. Reach that right arm to the sky, and then fold back. So we're reversing our triangle, deepening this whole stretch on the right side body. If you want to get a little movement in your neck, you can shift your gaze up towards your hands, or you can rotate it down to your foot. So see if it feels nice. You can try both. This is how we challenge the posture, but also get movement in our neck and by altering the drishti. Take one more breath, and then rise back up. You can even have that left arm come back up to meet the right. Arms are nice and long. We're getting length in the side body. Lower your arms to shoulder height, turn palms down towards the earth. Tuck the right hip under, keep reaching forward with the right arm, and then lower it down to wherever it wants to land, on the thigh, the shin, the block, or the earth. Keep lengthening through both sideways, and if you want, you can even take this left hand down, bring it under the right rib band, spin your rib cage forward or upward, and then release the arm. Keep lengthening through both sides of the body, both sideways, and engage your neck. Take one more breath. And then with your strong legs, strong belly, rise up. Send your arms up to the sky. Pivot your feet back to neutral. And then de-rotate the left leg. And we do this whole thing on the other side. So again, make sure the thigh is externally rotating here. The muscles around the knee are supported or activated. Your foot is grounded. That foot is grounded. And then exhale, lower that right hand down. Get longer on your left side and take it over to the right. Maybe look down at your right foot or up to your left hand. Inhale, rise up, engaging the legs once again, so that we have a stable base, so we can get long from there. And then exhale, lower your hands to shoulder height, tuck the left hip under, reach forward, lower your left hand to wherever it wants to land for triangle on this side. And then before we settle in, reach the right hand, take hold of the left rib cage, spin your rib cage forward, and then glide that hand up to the sky. Keeping the legs active, the neck active, your head's drawn away from your hips. You're spinning your heart open. Arms are open. Take one more breath. And then exhale. This time, lower your right hand down onto the earth. Walk your hands on, well, even if they're on your thighs, even if you have your hands here, you're just going to pivot your feet forward. Your hands may be on blocks, or they may be on the earth, into our cross arena, our wide-legged fold. So now, both feet are facing the long front side of your mat. Your toes may be slightly turned in or parallel. You're shifting the weight towards the balls of the feet as you activate your inner outer thighs. Even if they need to have a little palpitation, to be a reminder to activate. Feel the kneecaps lifting, the belly toning as you hinge your hips and fold forward. You have your elbows soft. You can hold onto your legs and pull yourself forward. Take one more breath here, and then rise up halfway until your torso is in line with your hips. Ground your right hand, and then send your left arm to the sky, taking a twist here. And then lower that hand down, tone the belly, and then rotate to your right. And then lower that hand down. Lift up one more time halfway, and then exhale and fold. And then one more time into your forward fold. Notice how it goes this time. Keep lifting hips and hinging from your hips. You're folding your body in half. You can even sometimes have a block underneath your head and let your head rest on something so that it can pressurize the crown of your head. Have a little support. Take one more breath here. And then rise up halfway. Good, rise up halfway. Let's heel toe our feet in so we can maybe come up more easily. But you don't have to come up. If it's easy for you, if you feel comfortable, you could squat down from here and prepare to come to a seated position on the earth. If that's not an easy transition for you, you could just, lower one knee down and then the other knee down and come to seated. But we're really just using our halasana, our squat position, as an opportunity to slowly lower down. And here we are.
We made it. Now we're going to come onto our backs and do a little core work, a little more core work. So from here, plant your feet and then roll down with core strength or go down with the support of your hands and elbows. Up to you. However you want to come onto your back. And then settle here for a moment and notice how you're feeling. So let's do some core work to support our upper and lower abdominals, then we'll finish up with some obliques. So let's see how that goes. We'll start with our core engaged, kind of press the low belly, low back down so that the low back is supported by the earth. And it really brings some integrity to your abdominals right away. And then bring your hands to your crunch position. Your hands just touch the sides of your skull. So you're not pulling on your neck. Your neck, you're again having that nice integrity of the neck. You're trying to draw the crown of the head away from the torso so you get space and the muscles are activated. So inhale here, press the low back down, lift your head and shoulders, and then inhale and lower. So a basic crunch, but you're more lifting your upper body than curling. We'll do a little curling later. But this, I think, is easier on the neck. So 4 more. 4. Inhale, exhale as you lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Really feel you're engaging the abdominals a little more every time you lift up. 2 more. And last time. And lower. And you can pause, you can reduce your hands. You can rock your head from side to side. Because this might be a little tense on the neck, so it might help to release it by rocking your head. Now we're going to lift the legs. So we'll do one leg at a time. And first we'll start by lifting the head and shoulders and then lifting your right leg. And then you lower. And exhale, press lower belly down, lift upper body and opposite and left leg. So a couple more times like that. And now we're going to add on. So this next time you lift the right leg, then lower that foot, just tap it down, and then lift it again, but extend the leg. And then lower it down completely and go to the left side. So bent leg, lift, tap your foot, extend the leg, lift. And then lower your left foot, switch back to right. Okay, now this next time, we can add on further, finish up with the left. So we could keep the right leg lifted and extend the legs. You're hovering here and then bring it back. You could even keep your legs in a reverse table and lift. Going back to this actually works better. And one more round. And then pause. Or maybe release your hands, maybe shake your head from side to side. And now we're going to add our obliques. That will start with, raising and lowering one leg at a time. Then you could eventually extend the leg and hover your leg like we did in the second phase. So inhale, lifting up. And then twisting right elbow toward left knee, lifting the leg. And then lower. And to the right. And go back and forth. And then if you want, you can even extend the opposite leg and let it cover over the earth, coming to a reverse table and then extend it. So whatever feels comfortable for you, you can even extend the leg and reaching through the balls of your feet and doing it with extended legs today. So wherever you ended up, 4 more. 3, 2, and last time. And bring your legs in, give them a squeeze, lower your head and shoulders, rock your head side to side. And then extend your legs, extend your arms. And even to extend the arms, you might want to do that, so similar to that elevator breath. Turn your palms inside out, extend the palms up to the sky, and then overhead and under your ears. Reach away from fingers and toes, get a big stretch in the body. And then release. And then reach again, and extend. And release. One more time. Big stretch. And feel it. You're getting a nice stretch in your abdominal wall. The skin of your body. Skin of your belly. Your sideways, so you reach a little bit over the side. And then exhale, release. Sweep your arms by your sides and pause here for a moment. And notice how you're feeling now. Good job. Now let's pull our right knee into our chest. Interlace your hands just below the knee. Pull that leg in. Ground your left leg down. Ground the back of your head down. So your neck is neutral. Really pull that leg in. Nice. Feel some compression in the hip. Almost if you're trying to bring your knee towards your shoulder. And then, with your left hand, gently guide your right leg to the left as your right arm and gaze extend to the right. You get your right ear on the shoulder, on the earth. And then bring your gaze and knee back to center. Give it one more squeeze. And then release. Let that leg and that hip drop out to the side. Notice how that feels. And now bring that left leg in. Give it a little squeeze. As you ground your right leg down, trying to keep that leg grounded down. As you pull your left leg up a little bit more, really draw it in. Try to bring your knee toward your shoulder. As you're drawing these two legs apart. So you have to pause. And then exhale and draw your right knee across the body over to. And draw with your right hand, draw the knee over to the right as you extend your left arm and gaze to the left. You can get your left ear on first. Nice rotation, nice supported rotation. As far as it goes. Back through center. Bring your leg back to center. Give it one more squeeze. And then extend that leg out to the side too. Toes drop out, let this hip and leg drop out, and notice how your left side feels. Now let's bring both knees into our chest. One more. Both legs to squeeze. You can even massage the back body if you like. Roll around the sacrum. Rock your head side to side. Roll over the whole body. Whole back body. Bring that to stillness. Maybe draw your head towards your knees towards your head with a supine chapter pose. Lowering your head and shoulders. Grounding the back of your head. So again, the neck is long. And then maybe lift your heels. Separate your legs. Hands could hold on to the shins, the outsides of your feet, and then pull the legs down. Finishing up with a happy baby. You can just work on drawing the thighs to either torso. So it's like our squat upside down, right? So if you have challenges with your malasana, maybe see how it feels here. Add some massaging to the back body if you like. Take one more breath. And then from here, you have a couple options. You could release your legs, bring them up to the sky, and you could finish up with a hip stand, or you could let your legs extend on the earth, and you could finish with your supine supine posture for shavasana. So whatever feels most comfortable and serving for you right now. Most loving to your body. Make your way into that shape. And rest here for these next few moments as we integrate our practice, restore our vital energy, and absorb the shanti, the peace of yoga. So allow your breath to deepen. Bring movement to fingers and toes. If your legs are extended, maybe lower your legs down onto the earth. Sweep your arms by your sides in line with your ears and reach up through fingers and down through toes. Getting a big stretch like we did earlier, as if you're just waking up. On that exhale, release your arms, sweeping them by your sides. Maybe draw your knees in again for another squeeze. Peel your head towards your knees towards your head. And exhale and release that. And you can keep your knees in as you roll to your right side or extend your legs out. And pause there for a moment in that side lying posture. And then when you're ready, you can use your bottom elbow and top hand to rise up slowly and mindfully, returning to a comfortable seat. Connecting sits bone to earth, toning belly, lengthening through crown of head. Drawing our hands together at heart center. In Anjali Mudra, or you could come into Supine Mudra. As we breathe into these new spaces that we've created in our body, our fuller breath, our balanced energy. And then we'll seal our practice by joining our voices together in a gentle Om. The divine light in me honors the divine light in you. Namaste.